All right. Hello. Happy Talk It Up Tuesday. Hey, everybody out there. Thank you for joining us. You know the routine. Let's make sure that you can hear us and you can see us. Let us know in the chat where you're messaging and joining us from. Let us know how your day is today. Imani and I decided we're going to just have some real talk about entrepreneurship, side hustle, self-employment, and all that good stuff. Imani, how are you today?
I'm tired. I'm keeping it real today. Keeping it real and
Okay.
relaxed. I'm tired, but I'm pushing through, and this is gonna be a good conversation.
Yeah. So yes, we decided to go with the flow today because it's been one of those kind of days and one of those kind of weeks. And I am the same way. We were just talking before the show started. It's like, why do I always just like run out of energy right before it's time to go live? It never fails, and it always happens. And we're just talking about being a morning person. I'm a morning person. Like I get up usually around like what's that? Like lately, I've been getting up around like 3 in the morning or something like that. Wide awake, not even like having to have coffee or not needing an alarm, like none of that stuff. But like I'm sharp from like 3 a.m. to noon. Then after that, that's when the fluctuations start coming in. What about you?
Man, for me, I was just talking to you about me trying to find the balance. I love getting up early because that's when I'm most productive. But I don't love staying up late, but I can't help it. Like I can't help
Mm,
staying up late because I'm always creative at night. Like all the ideas I be waiting to hit me during the day in the morning, they don't hit me till late at night, and I'm
right.
still up and I can't sleep. So I'm trying to find the balance between loving getting up early and not being able to go to sleep at night. So
Mm,
I'm high functioning more so during the day, and then by like you said, 5 o'clock come around, I'm ready to crash. But then I'm like, no, let me try to stay up long enough so that I can go to bed at a decent time and wake up at a decent time without it feeling like I went to bed too early. Now I'm up at 3 a.m. trying to figure out is it the next day or
right.
so
Right.
it's been interesting, especially in terms I kind of talked about my entrepreneurship journey on Facebook yesterday, and I'm trying to get used to this full-time entrepreneur thing. And the
Okay.
last time I attempted this, I was in a brick and mortar, so I already had a routine to go to the store every day. And now I'm doing this full-time entrepreneur slash content creator thing. It's a
Mm,
whole different routine because I have full flexibility to create what my days look like. And you think that's the dream and you get excited about it until you in it. And it's like, okay, how do I manage my time in an effective way? Not overworking, but um, not doing too little as well.
right. No, it's real trying to find that balance. And that's why I thought that would be a good topic for us to talk about today because, a lot of us end up going through different shifts throughout our entrepreneurial journey, your side hustle, whatever it is that you're doing. If you know what we're talking about, we decided we kind of open the mic up today and just really just kind of talk about the triumphs, the tribulations, and the trials is what I put down in the description. So, in case you're new here, this is Talk It Up Tuesday, sponsored by Be Well Magazine. Every Tuesday, we go live to talk up some topics and some subject matters. We have people on the show randomly. We have people in the comments that we invite to talk about what's going on in their life and in their business. Today, we're doing like a little free flow show, and we are live on We Merge Media on YouTube today. So we're live on a couple places. We're live on Be Well Magazine's YouTube channel. We're live on We Merge Media's YouTube channel. We're in a number of different Facebook groups. So in case you haven't heard from me in a while, here I am. There we are. So what I want to do today, I want to give a shout out to those joining us. Darrell Man said we're loud and clear. So thank you for confirming that you can see us and we can hear us. Carmen Ray's tuning in from Arizona, checking in from Arizona. Thank you so much for that. Carmen is the founder and the visionary behind Be Well Magazine. So thank you for giving us this opportunity to use your platform to speak to the community. So one more thing too, before we go into this, is like there's been a time change. So we did this at 4:30 Arizona time, which used to be 6:30 Central Time and 7:30 Eastern. So now that y'all had to change time, but we didn't, I'm wondering if we're a little early. So let us know in the comments when you watch this video. I'm gonna try to stay up for y'all if y'all ask for it, because like I said, I'm crashing at about 5. But if y'all need us to go a little later, let us know in the comments what worked for you. We're trying to find out the right time. So, Imani, content coach. You should talk about that.
Probably. Because I sat here and forgot too. I was ready for the
So content coach is something that I think you should introduce it, because you came to me with the idea, and then I could just kind of jump in and we could talk about it. What was the concept?
I don't know if I came to you with the idea as much as I came to talk to you and have a conversation, and we came up with the idea. I feel like we approached we were having a conversation and it led to this bigger idea. It's interesting because I feel like as creatives and entrepreneurs, we find ourselves, I think for us personally, the way we operate as far as the work we do together, we kind of brain dump and we end up with dope ideas at the end of our conversations. And so as I was talking to Mike about, at first I approached him to be an intern, and I was like, I want to work with you. Like, we finally in the same city. So let's work together. But then that turned into an even bigger idea of, I feel like we was ready to open up a whole school for entrepreneurship.
It happens every time too.
And then naturally we had a follow-up conversation and that transition into what we're doing with the content coach. And instead of forcing the idea, so I think if you get anything from what I'm about to say, it's this idea of not forcing ideas and projects to happen, just kind of allowing them to manifest the way they're supposed to. So Mike and I had that follow-up conversation in terms of what we wanted to do to provide support to other entrepreneurs. And that's how we came up with the content coach. We literally were sitting, having a conversation, and we thought through what we needed as entrepreneurs and what support we did have, and created a platform to take that to a whole nother level. And from there, we're like, okay, we need to provide value beyond just like, here's this membership program that you can sign up for. We allow entrepreneurs and creatives to come in and learn from us on a weekly basis. Every Sunday, you can tune into our webinars for free. And from the feedback we've gotten so far, folks are actually learning and engaging with us in an effective way. So in addition to that, the opportunity to connect with us on Sundays, you can then join our actual program to get a more one-on-one experience, to where we sit down and come up with a plan based on your individual needs, and get some weekly support. So we'll have a help desk set up for you to ask specific questions on the needs that you may have. So once you sit down and come up with a plan with us, you can then participate in our help desk and get additional support that you may need outside of that time when we come up with a one-on-one plan. You get to engage with a group of entrepreneurs who are also a part of the program. And this is open to all creatives and entrepreneurs. I like to work with folks who are ready to work and ready to put in what it takes to come out on the other end as a success. So to me, I really, really am excited about working with young people, young professionals, entrepreneurs, those high schoolers who have a vision and they just don't know what to do or where to go next. That's my excite like that's my niche. That's where I like to work. And so I'm excited that Mike believed in my idea. And not only did he believe in my idea, we came up with the plan and executed a week later. Like we was like, okay, let's start the rollout now. And that Sunday we were up and running with our first webinar. And I can't even express how much it means to me for my whole journey as a young person in Milwaukee to where I am now. I've always had adults in my life support me, even now as an adult. Like I can come to them with an idea, and they are ready to go and support me and executing it and making it happen. And so it's been a blessing to work alongside you, Mike, already, and we just getting started.
Oh no, that's cool. And it's I was just sitting there thinking, it's like, man, all this happened, and just we've already done three of them. Three.
Mm-hmm.
This is the third one coming
Sure.
up.
Sure, yep.
So like it was just like the synergy, as Carmen said. She said that y'all have such a synergy. The synergy is just always there anytime we have a conversation about something, and it's just so easy to naturally just flow into it and make it go. The ideas go. So when you feel that when you're collaborating with somebody, like there's not even a decision that has to be made. It's just like, okay, like what's our next step is what it turns into.
Yeah.
We had Shalina here. She said great time. She was enjoying this as well.
Hey, Shu.
How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, we had such a good time doing it, and it's fun, and I think the thing that I'm learning too is, like I'm so appreciative of you coming to me to talk about it and bring it up. And when you come to me with ideas, and like that energy is there, it don't even matter how tired I am. It don't matter what I'm doing. I'm just like, oh, we got to jump on this. So like I get some fire from you as well. And I think this is that thing that people talk about through mentorship and through, like working intergenerationally, is that there's an exchange that takes place that I know I don't really think about. You can't really plan. It just kind of happens when the alignment is right. So like I love that, and the fact that we're helping so many people. Like for the past couple of weeks, we've been seeing anywhere from like 40 to 50 people a week signing up on a Sunday night.
Yep.
This is a Sunday night that people are tuning in. So like that's cool to see the energy that people have about wanting to be part of this, but then to see the feedback that we get from people and people talk about how it helped them. That's the part that makes it all worth it as well.
Yeah, I think it's a message in that piece that you just shared. I feel like over the years as an entrepreneur, I felt like there was something I wanted to give the world or put out there. I was so stuck on trying to figure out the best time to put it out there, the best time that people will be available. But what I come to realize, if people really want to engage with you and learn from you, and experience you, they're gonna adjust. And we didn't say, okay, we need to pick the best time that's gonna work for everybody because it's impossible. And sometimes I think we set ourselves back by trying to wait for that moment versus just saying this is what works for us in our schedule. We're gonna put it out there, and the people who are meant to be there and the people who are in a position to make time for it will make time for it. And that's not to say the people who aren't available at those times don't deserve to be a part of the conversation. But I know that when the time and the flexibility allows, they'll be able to engage with us if they see the value in it. And that's something that I've learned from the work we've been able to do together so far, that it's worth it to put it out there and kind of see how it works and adjust where necessary versus waiting to magically figure out when the best time will be.
Right, because there's usually not a best time that's going to work for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think like that's the thing about this, is that we had a conversation about like, okay, how much do we bend over, to not bend over but flexible
Mhm.
to accommodate. And the thing is like when you think about stuff that you really really want and that's important to you, you find a way. And if not one of these Sundays you could be available at that time, there's plenty of options. We're doing this every Sunday. We're doing it at, is it 4 o'clock? This time zone got me all. Yeah, 4 o'clock Arizona time. So it's happening every week, new topic every week. Right now I'm showing you on the screen the Facebook page, and you can go ahead and follow the content coach on Facebook, content coaches on Instagram. But every week we're cranking this content out and we're posting out. The thing is, if you find that you want this and you want to have access to it, you want the other levels of things that we talked about with the technical support, you want access to us as coaches to be able to help you create a strategy and a plan that you want to use. We can do that with you when you become a member.
Right.
So membership to the content coach is $79 a month, or you can just go ahead and get a whole year worth of membership for only $399. That takes it about 60% off when you do it that way. Now, think about the $79 a month as a business owner. The fact that you're going to get a content marketing strategy developed with you. You're going to get a strategy for creating content in an efficient way. You're going to have access to us weekly for technical support and assistance. You're going to get recordings of the weekly webinars that everybody else can only attend and only see if they're there for the live. But all the recordings are only available to members. So like when I have clients who come to me for technical support sessions, or if they want me to put a content marketing plan for them, minimum, that's a couple $100 one time. And you're getting that consistently, for the year, if you do the year membership, which would be the best way to go. So we have a comment down here from Carmen. She says, absolutely, entrepreneurship is about prioritizing. That is true. And let's talk about priority shifting. Like, do you ever experience that? Have you?
Tell me more. You said priority shifting?
Shifting, yeah. Like I find that my priorities shift in different seasons. And
oh, yes.
That throws me for a loop sometimes because I'm like, but I plan to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And something else becomes a priority because an opportunity opens up. Mm-hmm. Or, it's like it's always different. Sometimes I just feel different and my interest changes too. So I used to spend too much time kind of beating myself up on that. But like we said at the beginning of the show, it's like it's about going with the flow, and I have to go with what feels good for me to be able to do. But it's crazy. Oh, Shalina. Okay, Shalina, good point. Am I saying that, Shalina?
Shalina, yeah.
Right? Okay. She said, and it's a tax write-off. How did I forget that one? Exactly. So anytime you're investing in education for your business, that is a taxable expense, a tax deductible expense. I spent plenty of money on classes and courses and software and all that stuff. So absolutely right. Thank you for reminding us of that.
Shalina, where are you at? Come on the camera for a second.
We got somebody. Jada is in the rating room right now.
Hey, Jada. Yeah, she responded on Twitter.
Okay. Jada, I don't see your camera on. Are you ready to join us? Let us know. Oh, there is your camera. Okay, I'm going to let you in here. 1 second. There we go. Hey, Jada.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
So we would love to hear your perspective as an entrepreneur. We were sitting here. Well, the last thing that we were just talking about was having to shift our priorities. And when you think about your life and how you organize things and how we constantly have to shift as an entrepreneur, what we're prioritizing, what's your thoughts on that? Sorry, before you go into that, I'm just jumping right in. So I'm like, just because I know who you are, everybody else may not know. So feel free to introduce yourself, and then you can go into the topic of priority shifting.
Okay. My name is Jada. I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Currently live in Phoenix. I am also an owner of a home decor company online, as well as a smoke shop online. And I will currently be having my real estate license in the near future. Really excited about that. As far as prioritizing, I have so many different things going on consistently. So it's very important that I kind of put things in order of importance. Because things can get derailed really fast. So prioritizing, I try to come my best with the plan so that I can stay, on track, but things just come. I'm all over the place, unfortunately. I need some guidance, y'all. Help me.
We all need guidance. That's what we got to do, right?
We would love to. I love what you said about prioritizing in order of importance, because what Mike just said is what I fall into the trap of a lot. Is like, oh, I'm excited about this project. I'm gonna shift all my thoughts and priority. Is this Shalina? Okay, I'm getting too excited. I haven't talked to her in a while. Let me focus on one thing at a time. So yeah, the shifting in order of importance is so valuable, because just because you're excited about a project, it's important to shift in a way that makes sense, because sometimes
Yeah.
I jump from project to project. I'm like, I got a meeting about my podcast later, and I realize I have shifted my focus to creating content all week, and I haven't done nothing with my podcast, and now I got a meeting tonight and I haven't prepared. So really having like that order of importance is, man, I love what you said about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Selena Ali.
Hi, Shalina.
Oh, I'm trying to unmute
Hey,
you.
hey, can y'all hear me?
Can
We can
hear
hear
you.
Hello. I miss you so much, Imani.
Miss you more. We finna have a whole little moment live right here.
Hey, he's from Milwaukee. I'm driving. I'm headed to the grocery store. I'm over here laughing because this morning I made a really early appointment for something that needed to be done at my home. And then I went into work. Well, no, I voted, first of all. Then I voted. Then I went into work and I made a realistic list of what I could get done, my full-time gig, which I run a nonprofit. Then when I hit the time button that I gave myself, I stopped and shifted to one of my side businesses and gave it a full power hour. And now I'm going to the grocery store and talking to you, and I'm laughing because today was one of those days where I was, instead of being overwhelmed by one priority, I gave enough love to everything. And I feel like those days don't mimic one to the other. Today gave me the affordability to do that. And tomorrow, one thing over another might demand my attention. But, you know, I really kind of take a breath and allow my plan to meet my intuitive understanding of what those needs are. And then I think about how they impact me. And then that's just kind of how I make my decisions day to day, because, like, I'm just a firm believer that, you know, we got to enjoy our hustle one way or another. Like, this cannot be something we resent or something that, you know, that we don't find the best joy in. And that's the whole point of being an entrepreneur and having an entrepreneurial spirit, even in a full-time gig. If you work for somebody else, that spirit can help you just kind of determine how you see yourself in a role. And yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
You said so much in that conversation. That was,
Right.
Yeah.
Something that I thought of.
we all related, right?
Right. This is the thing that I appreciate about our friendship is when I was in Milwaukee, we would have nights where we want to hang out, go get a drink, and just relax and decompress. But Shalina was such a great accountability partner, because she like, okay, we finna go to the house. I said the house like I live with you. We gonna go to the house and we gonna crank out 2 hours of work focusing on our business. You know what I'm saying? We may have spent all day at work, but we like, okay, let's focus 2 hours solid on our business. We're gonna cook dinner, and then we can make some time to go out if that's what we decide to do. But that balance of adding time for everything, man, like, it was seamless. She was great at it.
thank you. And you said it like the connectedness is the part that I think should be talked about more. Is like, you might be running your own business, but you're not supposed to be alone all the time. Like, we need to feed off of each other's energy to recharge.
I love that.
That is so real.
So what do y'all? Speaking of recharging, what do y'all do to recharge as entrepreneurs? Because a lot of times people talk about, as introverts or extroverts, we need to recharge. We recharge in different ways. But as entrepreneurs, what does it look like for y'all to recharge after like a long period of time of like work? Anybody can go first.
All right, I'll go first. Look at everybody's face, like everybody ready. So I'm
right.
So lately, what I've been doing, and this is, I'm not gonna say it's random because I do like doing this, but it's been recharging me lately. So like, I've been working in the morning. You know, usually I'll go up until like noon. and I watch a documentary for like an hour, and it's always something different. It's always something I know nothing about, and something about, I don't know if it's because it has my attention and I'm kind of listening intently, and it takes me away from everything that was on my mind in that moment. And then, I feel like I've kind of got refilled with something, or something gets sparked. So for me, it's been watching documentaries lately.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
I can go next. For me, I feel like I recharge by going for a walk. Like any time of the day, if I feel like I'm overwhelmed and a lot's been going on, I'll walk around just the neighborhood or walk to the grocery store. It's just really a good time for me to just release anything related to work, and not have to focus on like sitting at a desk and getting things done. And that's been a good way for me to prioritize my health and wellness at the same time. And I don't feel like I have to do it. I genuinely want to do it after feeling exhausted and needing to kind of just recharge and get my mind clear after a busy day.
Okay. Yeah. My main thing will be like any small kind of self care that I can fit in between like a break that I take, whether that be an extremely long shower with, the extras, or getting my feet done, or going to work out, or going to do something fun, painting. I just try to do something that I know I'm going to enjoy, to just kind of give me a break, like, cause to reset my brain so that I can come back in with like a different view, maybe like something I missed or something. So I just kind of, I have to really get up and like turn it off, like, and set that boundary.
I love that. And you said a boundary for yourself. I like that. Not just for other people, but for yourself. I like that.
So I've had a new revelation, and I love this because, like, I think so often the perception as an entrepreneur or being a leader in the community or whatever is that you just got all your stuff together. Like you so cold and you so set and you so whatever. And I think that my autopilot is so cold that someone can break my heart. I can experience loss. I can get disappointed by something. I could have an experience that is so human, and my autopilot will take over and nobody will ever know. And it'll be to a point where I won't even recognize it until I'm beginning to experience it on a level where I'm noticing patterns of behavior within myself, where I'm just like, wait, this ain't normal. And so the new thing that I want to do, or the new thing I'm working on doing better, is acknowledging how human I am. And that also looks like creating time to hit rock bottom. And rock bottom looks like me having to sleep for a full day. Rock bottom looks like me having to cry and say things to somebody I trust in a way that I would never say it in front of somebody else. Because I think, like, taking on these roles of leadership is great responsibility. So to understand how the way you move impacts other people after you like agree to take on that role, I think it's important to remember that. So it's like, how do you still create opportunities to remember how human you are? Like, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And if I allow myself to hit rock bottom and do something healthy with that, then I feel like I come back even stronger and more inspired than I did before.
Dang, shoot, that was good. Allowing ourselves to hit rock bottom. I just told my mom the other day that I need to work on being more honest with myself and not pretending. I'm transparent online, and I'll say when things are not going well or if they are going well. But in my real life, the way I talk to myself, I keep saying, "You're okay. It'll be okay," and I don't be okay. Like at all. Like, I'll be exhausted. I'm tired. I'm ready to give up. I'm over it. I don't want to deal with this for another day. but I keep telling myself. And so we always talk about positive self-talk, but rarely do we talk about the times where we just don't feel like it. We don't feel like being positive. We don't feel like being optimistic. And my mom has really raised me to be this optimistic person. And I was like, Mom, like, I need you to hold me accountable. Like, being in the same space with her now, I'm like, I need you to hold me accountable to being real with myself. If I don't feel happy in this moment, it's okay to accept that I'm not happy right now and I'm not in a positive mood right now. And I have really avoided the feeling of being real with myself and allowing myself to hit rock bottom at some moments. Like, it's okay to feel human emotions, and you just reminded me of that, Shu, and I needed that.
Oh,
Yeah, that was good. I like the reminder that we are humans and that we are not like programmed to operate at a certain level at all times consistently. It's just like I think a lot of times as entrepreneurs we spend a lot of time kind of beating ourselves up for not being able to maintain that consistency and that energy level all the time. And like for me, times when I've gone through that, it just prolongs coming out of the bottom. You know what I mean? Like it takes longer to get back because you spend
yeah.
all the time going back and forth about why and how did I allow and all this other stuff. Where it's just like, I have what I call like my unplugged days. Like when I'm feeling like this just ain't the day, everything's off. And I'm just doing what I want to do.
Yes.
Leave your voicemails, leave your emails. I'll get them when I get them because ain't nobody getting nothing good from me in that moment.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's important to be able to allow yourself to regroup in that way when you need to.
And that, how do y'all like, when I have those kind of days, it's always like this small part of me that feels guilty. Like I know I need it, but what if I just do this real quick or something like that?
Yeah.
It's bad.
And then you got to ask yourself the question: where does my guilt come from? Because that's super personal.
Yeah. I don't even know though.
Yeah, I felt that before. And I think in those times my guilt usually came from the fact that somebody else is waiting on me.
Yep.
Like I feel guilty because I feel like I might be delaying somebody else's next thing. That's where
Yeah.
it comes from.
But like, why do we feel like their needs should come before our own like that strongly?
That's the question.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that we set false expectations that don't even exist, because sometimes I psych myself out and I'm like, this person wants this from me right now at this time, and I'll take a deep breath and I'll communicate with them, and whole time they relaxed and chill and they're like, cool, get it to me tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm the one who made up the timelines. Like, where did you
Oh, yes.
so sometimes we create the guilt, we create the reason we feel guilty by making timelines that don't exist, when a lot of the times we are working with people are willing to be flexible. It'd be different every day. We like, okay, I need another day, I need another day, I need another day, and you never execute. But for the ones I know who are on this call right now, we executing consistently and doing great work. So it's okay if you have those times. And I'm talking to myself right now because I stay feeling guilty, but it's okay if we have those days to hit rock bottom. I love that. Like, man. And I feel like it's such a negative connotation on the idea of hitting rock bottom. But then what Mike said about you prolong the journey of getting out of rock bottom if you avoid it when it's clearly coming. Embrace it, let it happen, and flow through those emotions.
Right. And part of that is a redefinition of rock bottom, because rock bottom does not mean you decided to give up your whole life. You're not going to pay your rent no more. You're going to go homeless and, go to substance abuse. Like, that's not rock bottom. Like, because when you're tending to yourself in a healthy way on a regular basis, like those walks you talked about taking. Like today, I gave myself a sound bath with singing bowls this morning and stretched before I left the house. So when you're consistently doing small things throughout your days to take care of yourself as a part of your routine, then your rock bottom is going to be something that you're like presently aware of, that you come back from. You just got to feel it. And that exactly goes back to what Mike says, is like prolonging the inevitable will make it so much harder to come back from. And that whole time you prolong, you weren't your best self.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Real. That's real. How we doing on time, Mike?
Well, way over about 5 minutes, but this conversation.
It was
If
good.
anyone needs to leave, feel free. We definitely appreciate y'all adding to the conversation because this was one right before we all went live. Like we were talking about all this stuff, you know.
Mhm.
We were talking about this stuff, so it's cool to. I think the good thing about bringing people together to have conversations around, like doing what we do and kind of playing this kind of public role in life is that you often feel like there's nobody who can understand or relate to what you're going through, and not everybody has somebody in their life that they can have those honest conversations with, that they can be vulnerable with, because like Shalina said, you have this image that people have of you, and you may not feel like you have to uphold it, but you try to live up to it, and you don't share the weaknesses and all that stuff. And like I have many
Mm.
of them. Recently do I start talking about it, but people have a different perception that I'm always on and I'm always at 100%, and I'm just simply not. But I come through and it works, but I'm just not always there. So like
Yeah.
the fact that to hear other people have that same experience, I think is so beneficial and healthy for others to know that they're not alone when they're feeling those things.
Well, Michael, Jada, Imani, I appreciate y'all so much. I'm actually about to go grocery shopping for real.
Yeah. All right. It was nice meeting y'all. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me. All
Peace, y'all.
Yes, y'all. We'll
Take
see you on Tuesday.
right.
Thanks for joining. All right. There we go. A show. See how that works?
That went. Your amazing idea was executed perfectly. That worked out great.
That was cool. I
I'm
love
excited
that conversation.
to go with this flow. Yeah, I like this flow a lot. Like even if we don't have guests every time, the whole idea of just having a more natural conversation, and then if guests do show interest, we can talk about their business and what they do, and not even like we're just creating a safe space to talk it up on Tuesdays. Like literally,
That's all it is.
we never said talking it up had to be highlighting businesses every time, which we don't shy away from. But I think more people will resonate with the opportunity to just express themselves. And I love when Shalina joins the conversation, there's always some level of conversation around mental health. And whether she did it on purpose or not, I love how she naturally brings up the conversation of mental health and humanizing ourselves, and normalizing our human experience as entrepreneurs. So
Yeah,
that
that was
I
good.
needed that addition to the conversation. That was a good
Yeah.
reminder. It reminded me that what we was talking about before we went live, like feeling tired and exhausted. It was like, okay, it's cool that we feel that way. It's fine. Like
Mhm.
tomorrow's another day. We keep pushing through every Tuesday, and we not
Right.
like feel better about it, being able to have these more natural conversations.
Yeah. Because I feel energetic now.
Me too. I just got a lot of energy from
Energy
that.
exchange, right? So that was
Yeah.
all right. So thank you all for tuning in with us. Thank you, Shalina and Jada, for hopping into the studio. Again, for everyone watching this, let us know about time. We know there was a time. What do they call it? I've been so gone from it. Daylight savings time. So like, let us know if you want us to go. I'm willing to stay up an extra hour for y'all. If I need to go up another hour to kind of give you more time to get home and settled in and off work, just let us know in the comments when you watch this video. Anything in closing at all, Imani?
I think that's it. Please join us again next Tuesday, y'all. I'm excited. And let us know in the comments as well if there's a certain topic you want us to cover, around entrepreneurship, side hustles, the things that we've been bringing to the forefront. So talk to y'all
Cool.
soon.
All right. Take care.